Today we are embarking on a bus challenge to Heathrow Airport. We're both starting off at York Road in Uxbridge, and we'll be taking different buses that are due to leave around about the same time, but you never know. So the challenge is, who is going to get to Heathrow Central Bus Station first? Let's start the show! I will be taking the Flight Line 102, run by Carousel buses based in High Wycombe. Now, I've never taken this before. I think it is more of an express type bus than the ones provided by TfL, Transport for London. So this one should be quicker than Paul's, because he will be taking the A10.
So we have lived in Uxbridge before, and we are no strangers to the A10 because we used to live in Hillingdon, and this was the main line for our transport into Uxbridge. So I believe that there are many different stops. We go via the Greenway, and then we go towards Hayes and Harlington area before going into Stockley Park. So then there is a lot more stops along the way. I believe it is about 25 minutes or so. So I think if Marcus's bus gets here sooner, he would have a longer wait for me at the airport.
But we will be using a stopwatch to time our journey, so it doesn't matter which bus gets here first. The time only starts when your bus actually leaves the stop. So now all we have to do is wait for the buses. It's a Saturday morning, and my bus, the 102, is due at 8 minutes past 11, but we did see another one just as we got here, and I'm thinking, was that the previous one, the 10:38 running late, or was it the 11:08 running early? So I've got no idea.
So I think someone is bound to be waiting for someone else at Heathrow Airport.
And someone's bound to be waiting here for a bit too, I would think.
No.
I would say that the A10 is probably the bus that will arrive at this stop pretty much on time.
And I'll be going on that.
Because it starts at Uxbridge, which is just one stop away, whereas mine is coming from High Wycombe, I believe. So I'm looking at the Carousel map, and according to this, there is a 102 just outside Uxbridge. In fact, there's another one in front of it, which is probably the one that I saw a little bit earlier. So who knows, maybe this bus will turn up on time. It's due at 11:08, and you can see the time now is 11:05.
So I think from right now, it looks like Marcus will get there a lot longer before me, from the information that we do have right now.
So that's the Carousel bus going the other direction. It says that one's not in service. There are several different routes that the buses do go on the Carousel company routes. So that might not be one that came from Heathrow. I see a bus turning. I was hoping for a double decker. It looks as though this is a single decker, and it is indeed the 102.
There goes Marcus, so I think it is going to be a little bit more time before my bus comes, but we shall see.
Well, I'm on board, and the bus isn't that busy. I'm sitting right at the back, so as you can see, it's virtually empty here. I've got my stopwatch going, So now we'll just have to see how many stops there are and how long it actually takes for me to get to Heathrow Central bus station. I've never taken this before, so this is a new journey. It's quite a noisy bus, so I hope you can actually hear what I'm saying here.
According to my app, it says that the bus should be here in approximately 1 minute, and it is only one stop away from Uxbridge station. So let's just hope I don't have to wait too much longer for this bus to come.
Someone has just pressed the button, so we are going to be making our first stop.
This is the U5, and this is not the bus that I need either.
It's good to see that there is space for luggage on board, even at the back of this bus. One off and no one on.
Alright, I think this is my bus now. So once I get onto the bus, I will hit the stopwatch and see how long it will take me to get from Uxbridge to Heathrow Terminal 2 and 3. On the bus now, and I have hit the start button to record how long it will take for me to get to Heathrow Central.
Looks like we have a second passenger getting off. Some of these people may have boarded at Uxbridge and are just taking the bus a few stops. Just passing the Red Lion Hotel, which is somewhere where Paul and I used to visit quite a lot when we lived around this area, and we still go to occasionally. There's the Super Loop, which goes all the way from Uxbridge to White City on the SL8. So we're now going down, I think this is Harlington Road it's called. I should really know because I used to live down here. But I lived on one of the side streets coming up. So we're about to pass the bus stop that I used to get off at when I lived here. It's closed at the minute. There is some work taking place on the road, and oh, look at that. That is my old street, and that's where I used to live back there, and it's all closed off for roadworks. I was able to tap on with my debit card and I didn't require a ticket, the driver said. So I don't actually know how much the journey has cost. At the moment, while we're filming, within England there is a £2 cap on most local bus fares, but there are exclusions and airports could be one of those. So I'll find out when I have a look at my bank statement at the end of the episode, and hopefully I'll be able to find out. This passenger is still waiting to get off. I think he thought he was going to have a stop a lot earlier. He's talking to the driver. He sat down again and now he's up, because of course this is more of an express type bus. It's not going to stop everywhere. Passing Stockley Park, which is a big business area, business park, which we've featured on the show before. We're not going down there. In fact, we haven't stopped since that first stop way back just outside Uxbridge, and this poor guy who has had the bus stopping thing pressed for about 2 miles now, he's still waiting to get off. and we're almost reaching the M4 spur, which will take us to Heathrow, so I'm not even sure he's going to get off before the airport.
Unfortunately, some of the voiceover did not come out because of roadworks and construction that we did encounter. I was going to say that I am glad that we didn't really get held up in traffic lights too much, but then there is some roadworks ahead, which is why there is a little bit of a delay.
So I mentioned Stockley Park before. Paul's bus, the A10, does go down there, so he's going to have an additional chunk of time on his journey. I think this passenger's given up now. He will probably have to stay on the whole way to the airport, because you can probably see up there cars on the M4, so we will be passing underneath the M4 and be to the M4 spur to Heathrow. And we are now on the M4 spur, and at this point the A10, which Paul is on, will also be running straight to the airport from here. There are no more stops for either bus at this point. You've got the Fly Emirates A380 model sitting over there. And we are heading into the tunnel, and this will run underneath the runway, one of the runways I believe, and, or if not the runway, at least part of the airport where the plane sort of taxi. And this will lead us directly to the central bus station. And here we are, we're just about to pull into the central bus station, and I will stop the clock as soon as the bus stops. Right, so here we are at Heathrow Airport Central Bus Station, and the stopwatch has clocked off at 19 minutes and 24 seconds. And Paul's not here. I didn't think he'd get here first. The A10 is going to take a little bit longer, so let's see how much longer it actually takes Paul. Well, you can see the bus that I was on, the 102, parked over there, waiting to set off again shortly. Oh, I see the A10. About 10 minutes have passed since I got off my bus, and this should be the one that Paul is on. I thought I'd just seen him. Is it going to stop here? There he is.
Okay, I see him. Got the bus now.
Now, I wonder how long it has taken Paul. What took you so long? Let's have a look. Stopwatch. Stop it. Oh. We'll give you a few extra seconds. 26 minutes and 39 seconds. Let's say about 26 and a half.
I can't believe how long. I can't believe it. I felt like we were going to get here sooner than I would have liked. I just didn't realize how many stops we made. There were a lot of stops like right after Hillingdon, so right before Stockley Park there were a lot of people getting on at those places, which is why there was like a bit of a hold up, and so I think it took a long time for me. Did yours stop at all since you got on the bus, and how frequent did it stop for you?
Well, I will tell you now that my bus took 19 minutes and 24 seconds, I think it was. So let's say 19 and a half minutes, but that was only 7 minutes longer than yours if you think about it. And you did ask how many times it stopped. This is quite interesting. It stopped once, and that was at the Red Lion. But just after that stop, somebody wanted to get off, and they pressed the button, and
Nothing
they got up,
happened.
didn't stop, sat down again, got up. It didn't stop the whole way to Heathrow after that. I think actually the first stop was before the Red Line. Someone got off, nobody got on. And then just after that, I think the guy wanted to get off at the Red Line. So I would say if you get that bus and you want to get off at intermediary stops, you might have a bit of a problem there. So we need to talk about the cost of the journey. Well, Paul's was £1.75 because that is the standard flat fare for buses on TfL routes. Contactless, and you can use the hopper fare, which means you could take 2 buses within an hour as long as you tap in within an hour. For £1.75. But mine, I've just looked at my bank statement and this cannot be right at all. It says it costs 10p. I think they've taken a nominal 10p and then the full fare will come off. Now, whether it's £2, which is the flat fare across England at the minute, or it's more than that because this was an airport route, I don't know. So I might have to report back on that. So anyway, I think the moral of the story is if you maybe want to pay a little more, and I don't know how much more I paid, then it's better to take the express bus. If you want to take the TfL, it might take a little bit longer, and
but you could transfer.
You can transfer.
Thanks for watching today's episode. For those of you that have liked it, give us a thumbs up. For those of you that have not subscribed already, hit the subscribe button. And for those of you that want to leave a comment, we do like reading them as well.
And if you'd like to buy us a coffee to help us along the way, there is a link in the description. Well, it's rather noisy here at Heathrow, so we will say bye for now.
Bye.
Bye-bye.